Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. I hope you're having a good one. There was so much news that I couldn't even get to it all during the Crypto Minute, as usual. That seems like a daily thing. I think like throughout the day I should just drop another Crypto Minute, and just because it's crazy. It's crazy. So Telegram's devs are saying, listen, there's so much interest in Hamster Kombat and Catizen that airdrops and that fervent interest could actually cause a strain on the network. Guys, I think you need to grow your network. I think I like this is a sign. You're having your AOL moment. You need to grow the network. Growing the ton coin, the ton coin network would be huge, and I think that would be a smart thing to do. Tether is facing scrutiny. Last night, Joaquin brought up the idea that the New York Department of Financial Services is scrutinizing Tether because of their lack of transparency when it comes to their reserves. I find that to be interesting. I don't know, you're supposed to trust your government agencies, but I'm a little skeptical on what the New York Department of Financial Services is doing. I have to dig in. I have to check out, well, what kind of math are they using to calculate that. You also have to remember that Tether made a lot of money, so your percentage of reserves based on the amount of transactions and actual Tether, plus they printed a lot of Tether or minted a lot more USDT. You've got to kind of stop and think about what the calculations are. I will say that I do acknowledge that Tether could be a hell of a lot more transparent. And when I say a hell of a lot, I mean like a hell of a lot more transparent about their reserves. So as much as I am scrutinizing Tether, I would also be scrutinizing New York Department of Financial Services. And the reason why is because they do weird things, right? They do not make it easy for any kind of crypto company to actually operate in New York State. So I always look at them, deeply when they're trying to say something. Right now, they shouldn't have said jack until they had facts, right? Because it just spreads FUD, and that's not what we're expecting from a government agency. If you have something negative to say, then take them to court, right? If you can't take them to court, shut up. Unless it's truly detrimental to the citizenry, shut up. And you really have to stop and think. There's another report out by CoinGecko that says that the stablecoin market is about a $161 billion market, of which three control 94% of that market. Tether at 114.4 billion, USDC or Circle at 33.3 billion, and DAI at 5.3 billion. 94% by those coins. So when I look at PayPal USD, when I look at PayPal's coin, the upcoming real USD from XRP, from Ripple, not XRP but Ripple. How are you going to break into that market? You need the pairs, you need the platforms, you need a whole bunch of stuff to happen to become a success. Ask PayPal. They're not having an easy time of it. I mean, they're in the game, but they're not having an easy time of it. So that's something I'm paying attention to. ParaFi Capital, right? I've never heard of them, but ParaFi Capital has, a venture fund. And part of its venture fund is being, tokenized by a company called Securities. They've got a partnership going, and they chose Avalanche for tokenization again. So, when I think about tokenization and how big tokenization is going to be, right? The value of the tokenized assets will far surpass crypto. That's a fact, because it's the asset whose value is being compared, right? Not its vehicle. So, that's something to contemplate. But Avalanche is in that tokenization game, and you should be paying attention to it because it says that Avalanche is easy to use when it comes to RWA. That puts them squarely in the RWA space and not just gaming. So do you understand the use cases right there? I do, and that's why I like Avalanche. Just saying. That's some really good news. I don't care. I really don't care how big ParaFi Capital is. The fact that it's happening is what matters, at least to me. At least to me. The SEC has amended their complaint against Binance. In doing so, they've also acknowledged that there are 10 coins that are not securities. Because remember before they had brought this case against Binance and they were talking some craziness. And those coins involved include Cardano, MATIC, now POL, and Solana. And now they're like, no, those are not, those are not securities. I think the SEC is waking up to the idea that, some of these are not securities and we're going to have to start implicitly stating it. At the very least, implicitly stating it. Because for a little while there, people were like shook, right? I know I was shook a little bit, like Solana, Cardano, like, are you serious? Like, what? And then MATIC, I was kind of like, nah. Those are 3 very, very important coins, right? And arbitrarily, you're going to say, oh, they're securities? Oh, excuse me. Up early. Been up since 3. So I just sat there and I looked at that. And I was like, that was crazy to begin with. But now they've clarified by implicitly implying, that's what that means, implication. And I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. The Nigerian court has frozen about $716,000 from crypto users, right? That they say were using Bybit and KuCoin. Can somebody please send me the book on how Nigeria operates? Nigeria has, the Binance executive being held obviously against his will. It's like governmental kidnap is the way I'm looking at it. He's not doing well health-wise, and then you're doing crazy things when it comes to crypto. But then on the other hand, you're talking about how you're so crypto-friendly. Huh? I would never. Business in Nigeria? Crypto business? Yeah, nah, you people are iffy at best. Nah, not having it. I'm good off that. I'm cool. The other thing that I noticed was that Bitcoin's performance hasn't been all that great. And people are starting to say, well, is it really a safe haven anymore? Blah, 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 because gold has gone up. And I'm sitting back and I'm just saying, do you people not remember that Bitcoin has outperformed gold year after year after year after year after year? Do you not recall that? No? Okay. All right. Since its existence. You don't recall that? Okay. Not a safe haven, though. Really? Tell that to BlackRock, MetaPlanet, MicroStrategy, Sema something. I forget the name of that company, but that company too. Semler Scientific, I think it is. Tell it to all of them. Tell it to all the other businesses that are adding Bitcoin to their reserves and seeing their stock just take off. Yeah. Not going to pay attention to that one. Something I wanted to talk about. So Robinhood's Europe arm, right? European arm is talking about how, people should get on board with Shiba Inu. Stop there. There's nothing else to talk about there. Like on a campaign, talking about, oh, you guys need to start talking about Shiba Inu and da-da-da-da. Like they have a whole campaign for it. Like, what? Why? It's not the what that gets me. It's the why. I want to know why. And they're not saying, I want to know why. Why are you pushing Shiba Inu? Now, I'm happy because I love Shiba. I love SHIB. But why? I'm dying to know why. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for a little bit more clarity. But there's a there's a CoinGecko report, and this CoinGecko report says that the stablecoin market is approximately $161 billion, and that only 3 coins control 94% of that market. And I was talking about it earlier: USDT, USDC, and DAI. And I'm again, I just wonder, like, how does a stablecoin break into that market? How? PayPal, Circle is in there. Ripple's about to be in there. How do you break into that market? How do you break into that space? Like, I'm not even joking right now. I really want to understand how you grow, because you basically have to make friends with an exchange and get that exchange to pair your stable coin with other coins. How do you do that? Do you pay them a fee? Like, people are saying that you know, over at Uniswap, you had to pay Uniswap a fee to get listed. And they're saying, no, we would never. We wouldn't do such a thing. So I'm just kind of like, how do you make that work? So I'm dying to find out. I'm dying to watch. Oh, excuse me. I'm yawning again. I should have gotten up a little bit earlier, had some coffee. I haven't had coffee or tea. All I have is my water with lemon. But yeah, I really want to watch to see how that actually grows, how that actually works out. Because that's something I don't understand, and I'm really, really interested in. Something else I'm interested in: Justin Sun. Justin Sun is going after Coinbase. They're going after Coinbase because of their wrapped BTC, and I'm just like, huh? He's like, yeah. He's using terms like, let me see, where's that term? Justin Sun criticizes Coinbase's central bank Bitcoin amid WBTC controversy, meaning the ecosystem. There's controversy around the ecosystem. And I'm just like, they're looking at themselves as a central bank for wrapped BTC. And I'm like, yeah, nobody wants that. If you're into crypto, you don't want that. A central bank, that's a government thing. Is that really what you want to be compared to? So yeah, and I'm just sitting back and I'm just going, that's Justin Sun. Like, wouldn't be expecting him to do such a thing. But I'm kind of looking at him. Oh, excuse me. I don't trust Justin Sun. I don't trust him. But if you can make him shaky, I gotta look at that. So yeah, I'll be digging into that a bit, because I'm very interested in that. Know what else I'm interested in? That's right, the numbers. We should get into the numbers. So let's see. Oh, it's pointing at the wrong monitor. Ooh. I think we can fix that. There you go. And then we can get rid of my notes. And let's start with the GMB Crypto Tracker top 25 winners. Actually, let's start with the top 25 losers. You know how I am. I want to see the losers first, because when I look at the loser side, I don't know why I've always looked at the loser side first. Because if you're down, you might come back up. And so I'm looking to see, well, who's going to come back up? So FET is down 6%. To me, that could be a sale. Pendle's down like a few days in a row. They're down another 6%. Their GMB, Pendle's GMBX factor is 1.22x. Excuse me. The Artificial Superintelligence Alliance, they're down 6%, and their GMBX factor is 1.61x. Excuse me. Yeah, I feel like I'm coming down with something. You know me, I'm normally full of energy, and right now I'm just feeling a little low. Aave is down 5%, but you know about my 5% rule, but I'm bringing it up because their GMBX factor is 3.65x. Hell yeah, I'm all about it. I think they can definitely do it. So I'm kind of like, oh, going to pay attention. Helium is down. But, like I said, once you hit 5%, you take a big dip down, right? So that means a lot of coins are moving sideways or a little bit more positive. So when I scoot over here to the positive side, I'm kind of like, all right, so who's positive that I'm paying attention to? POL is up 10%. Yeah, I'm expecting it to continue to grow. I really am. It's got a GMBX factor because it's, the flip from MATIC to POL. That's why it's got a GMBX factor of about 2.08x. I'm kind of like, yeah, they could definitely do it. Aerodrome Finance, I'm not touching it, but it's up 9%. It's got a GMBX factor of 2.8. Let's see. Who else am I paying attention to? Here's Polygon. That's right, same price. GMBX factor of 6.29x, saying that it could hit 292. Let me compare that. 292. POL X MATIC, and it's saying it's 129, which, sounds about right. So am I going to see if I can put my hands on some POL? Yeah, because I think it's going to continue to go up. Who else am I paying attention to? Ripple, there you go, 5%. Ripple's up 5%. But, Brad Garlinghouse came out and said, listen, I'm expecting Ripple to really take off. With everything that we've got going on, I'm expecting XRP to take off, especially since there's a new trust from Grayscale that's going to be buying XRP. So that should be driving things up. And I'm like, yeah, he's got a point. He's got a point. So it's up 5%. We'll see what it does tomorrow to see if it goes up again. But a GMBX factor of about 5x. Can it hit $3.40? Oh, excuse me, $3.40 over the next over this next bull run? I actually have to say yeah. And the reason why is because there's no albatross around its neck anymore. It's free. It's free to do what it's going to do. So yeah, I can definitely get behind that idea. Quant has been popping up a bit. Quant is up 5%. It's got a GMBX factor of 4.61x. I think Quant is one of those ISO 222 coins. I have to go look at it. I have a video somewhere that spoke about, ISO 222 coins. But those are the only ones I'm actually paying attention to because everything else is like low. So that means everybody's, just moving along flat, basically flat, right? I don't have everything else open. Just a weird day. I just didn't do it. But when I look at right there, right? We had a little bit of resistance there. Good. And I'm wondering, are we going to get resistance here and go back up? Highly possible. Well, not resistance, but support. So we had support there. I always do that. I always get it backwards. But we had support here. And I'm wondering if we're going to get another leg of support as we go up. And I think we can. This could be the beginning. Because, again, next week's going to be a hot week. That's why I'm going to be doing a lot of buying this week in preparation for next week, which is only the beginning of the Fed rate cuts. Now, is it going to be 50? I pray it's not. That's an overreaction. 25, I'm all about it. 25, I'm all about it. Right? And I'm kind of like, yeah, that could really do it. That boom. And you have cut after cut after cut after cut. Oh, that'd be beautiful. That'd be a beautiful thing. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. I hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and really what you want to do is become a member. Why? Because membership has its benefits. Did you know that on Sunday, this coming Sunday, September 15th, we are going to have our first Big Bagger meetup via conference, a video conference call this Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the only way that you can get in is by being a big bagger. So become a member. Big baggers, that's the way to go. We're going to have a really good conversation. We've got some really good people that really know what they're talking about, having conversation all about crypto. That's going to be huge. I'm so psyched for it. And then we have the class. The class happens Sunday at 4 p.m. I'll be giving a class on how to do your own research. A lot of people don't understand how to do that. And they constantly look at the wrong things and they wind up on the wrong side of FOMO. So learn how to do your own research. Go to growmybag.tv/classes to actually register for the class. And just go to growmybag.tv to become a big bagger. See what I'm saying? Anyway, everybody, have a great day. Enjoy your weekend. Bye-bye, and thank you very much.